You're listening to Thrive Talking, the Making Men Great Again podcast. Welcome back, brethren, to our journey and exploration of self-improvement and betterment. Our aim to help men, ourselves included, thrive and achieve greatness. I'm your host, Tommy, and as always, I'm joined by my close friend and brother and co-host, Sam. Happy New Year, brother. It's 2026. How are we doing?
Yes, Happy New Year to you, my friend. I don't know when the Happy New Year's greeting stops. Do you know what I mean? I think we are, as we record this, we're 15 days into the new year, and I'm still hearing people say it. At what point does it stop?
I
In
don't.
December?
Yeah, I don't say it to anyone.
No,
The only reason I've done it now is, of course, it's the first
I
episode
know,
of the
mate.
new year, so we've got to
No.
greet one another and wish our listeners all the very best.
Yeah, of course, mate. Yeah, I'm just having that's already a pre-whinge whinge.
A pre-whinge whinge.
We do enjoy a pre-whinge whinge. There's many pre. We could put a whinge in because I've got a whinge before we whinge. Anyway, mate, yeah, 2026. We made it, thank God. How are you doing?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, I'm excited to be back. That we've got another full year ahead of us to get some more content out there and continue doing what we're doing. So it's exciting times.
Yeah, it is. We can only get better, can't we?
That's
We certainly can't get any worse, can we, mate?
That's the plan. And I've got to ask you for the first time in 2026, Sam, have you been saying your prayers, doing your training and taking your vitamins? And most importantly, are you thriving, brother?
Yes to all questions there,
Break it
Tommy.
down for me.
Um, Prayers, like I said on the last podcast, I'm trying to introduce it a little bit more into my life, but it's not necessarily as prominent as you, for example,
It
which
doesn't
is
happen,
okay.
doesn't happen overnight, mate.
No, it doesn't. It
The,
doesn't.
the main thing is you're curious and you're exploring, and that's good.
Yeah, I am. I'm not. I'm still. I'm still on the fence about the whole, religion, and I'm more about the values and morals of Christianity.
Yeah,
But I digress. Um, Training is going well, very well, in fact. I was just saying before we press record here how tired I am because I'm a man who doesn't get up early, as it's well written within the amongst friends and family, and I have been getting up early um, to do a bit of exercise. Where I'd normally it'd usually be in the middle of the day or after work, but I've been getting up and getting it done, and it's hard, mate, as you know yourself. Getting up in the dark and the cold, it's difficult, but that's the only way you're going to thrive and push yourself on, isn't it?
exactly that. And I think we'll touch on that in a little bit more detail shortly, Sam. But
Yeah, mate.
I'm glad to hear it's going well.
Yeah. But vitamins, as always, vitamin D, vitamin C, always through the winter. And
Yeah,
we should preach that. We should scream it from the mountaintops. Um, as for thriving, yeah, I'd say I'm thriving. I've no reason not to say I'm not, given what I've just explained there. As long as I'm training, I'm eating, taking my vitamins, you
good
know,
man.
getting it going. What about you?
Love it, love it. Very much so, Sam. I'm, whilst we've been doing this podcast, it's probably the most that I've been thriving yet. And I'm keen to share a little bit more on that shortly. But things are going well. They couldn't be going any better. And as I said, just looking forward to seeing what this year brings for myself and my family, personally, and then obviously for the podcast as well.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Um, I think I said it on the last one about New Year's resolutions. it doesn't necessarily have to be a resolution. It's the goals in it. It's that goal setting what we should all aim for in life, big or small.
Absolutely.
Anything's achievable, really. But I know we're gonna touch on that more about what we've been doing, aren't we?
We
When
certainly have.
when we get to it, and we will get to it.
That we will. That we
So
will.
yeah, glad to hear it, mate. Glad to hear you thriving. It's
Always.
uh, it's good to know because we got to start 2026 as we mean to go on. Because if you start well, it'll carry on for the rest of the year. We don't want to make these goals and be full steam ahead for just a month and then let it slip. It's consistency over time, isn't it? What makes
Absolutely.
people great, and that's what we're going to do, mate. That's what we're going to do.
We are one episode at a time. We're going to make men great again, and when men are thriving and at the best, everyone benefits. Women benefit, children benefit, the
Yeah.
community benefits, and so does the country.
Mm. And if you are feeling positive and you feel good within yourself, you've said it there. It rubs off on your family, but also just generally day to day when you're out and about.
Mm.
You're just more, you speak to people wouldn't normally speak to, and you just bring about this positive energy and this vibe when you're around people, and it's infectious, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I walk around towns and cities daily, and with my job, I mean, my job isn't to walk around towns and cities. I'm just in these towns, and I see people, and sometimes you think, oh, they look a bit down and whatever, and all you have to do is just bring a smile and a positive attitude, and you can just wake them up straight away, and I think that's something that is great, and we should be doing more of. It takes so little to change someone's day,
Yeah.
so
And
there you go.
you're more inclined to do that if you're healthy and happy yourself. So
Too right.
there we
Yeah.
have it.
So, mate, first order of business. The Brethren Bulletin.
Oh, we love a good Brethren
Oh
bulletin.
my God, we do.
We certainly
Oh.
do.
I know you're dying to kick this one off, Tom. So let it go.
I am, mate, and obviously I think we wouldn't be doing ourselves justice if we didn't cover the thriving 5-week challenge first and foremost. Obviously, we introduced it during the last episode, the Christmas special, and it was short notice, wasn't it? To be honest, we sort of decided to do it at the drop of an hat. So we didn't give people who listen to the show or follow us on socials much time at all to sort of register an interest and sign up. But
Yeah.
We did say at the time, even if it's just the two of us, then we'll do it because it'll be good fun. And this is what this is what the podcast's all about. It's about us being the best versions of ourselves and continuously improving. But I'm very pleased to say that we have formed a small group of gentlemen who have sort of made that commitment, and so far so good. So
Yeah.
just to sort of recap what the challenge is all about, as I say, it's the Thriving 5-Week Challenge running from the 5th of January through to the 9th of February. And we call it a challenge, but it's more a commitment to make certain lifestyle choices to improve health and well-being. And the main focus there is on the 5 Thrive pillars and how you can implement those into your life each and every day. So you connect, fuel and recovery, challenge, play and contemplate. And as we said last time, Sam, if you're perhaps tuning in for the first time, you can see the deep dive for each of those pillars in earlier episodes. So I'd certainly advise you to go and check those out if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Following on from that, we sort of said the minimum requirements were to have no processed food and prioritise natural whole foods for that full 5-week period, not to consume any alcohol, to exercise daily, and that can be any form of exercise, whether it's going for a walk, doing some stretches, some yoga, to getting in the gym and doing a really sort of heavy form of resistance training, for example. It could be going playing a team sport. Daily grounding in sunlight exposure. It's tough during winter, but that's on the list. Daily cold water exposure in one way, shape, or form. To read daily, even if it's 10-15 minutes, and then to try and have a cut-off time for being on your phone or watching TV, for consuming blue light through the eyes. And then one of the final sort of requirements was to send a daily progress report within the group that we've created. Just letting people know how you're getting on, even if you've failed to meet some of those requirements, or you're struggling, you're not getting things quite right. And the whole idea is that as a group of men, we encourage each other, and we help each other along, and push each other in the right direction. So yeah, I'm pleased to say it's going well, Sam. I think it's fair to say that everyone involved has been influenced positively in one way, shape, or form so far. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, do you know, as you're reading that list out there, obviously I know what's involved in this challenge. It's quite an intensive list, to be honest, especially when you're asking people specifically to get the cold exposure, the cold showers in the dead of winter. It is quite an ask for people, isn't it? That I'm just, I'm honing in on that because, I know how difficult it is. Like, why would you want to be cold in winter when you're already cold? But that's all part of the thriving. It's suggested for a reason.
Well, if they'd listened to the hottest podcast on men's health and well-being right now, they'd know exactly why, Sam, because it's all been covered in previous episodes.
I know. But, most of it, cutting out processed food, easy. Not drinking alcohol, for some that would be difficult. But at the end of the day, why do you need to drink alcohol? I can't really think of a great reason, to be honest. Even if you're socialising in the pub, you don't have to drink alcohol. It's not a requirement. And then the grounding in the sunlight, obviously, depending on where you live, if you're getting sunlight, great. If you're not, but it's all possible. That's what we're saying. It's all possible. But as for me, if we want to talk about how it's gone for us, as I will, for me, it's been good because it's nice to see, not only for myself progressing and being more aware of what I'm doing and what I'm eating, and it's good to see other people get also doing the same. I know that sounds really simple, but if someone else is doing it, then it pushes you to do the same, doesn't it? Because you think, oh, well, they've done it, so why am I not? I've no reason not to.
Exactly.
And that's what I like about it. I like, and one of the guys in the group who were doing it with, as soon as I pitched the idea to him before we did it, it was buzzing about it. It was the main thing that he got from it was bringing men together to do something like this, because within the group, not everyone knows each other. Like, I didn't know some people, and everyone's just in it, and they're doing it, and that's what's great about it. A lot of guys now, you've got your own families here, there, and everywhere, and everyone lives in different places. You don't necessarily connect with other men as much, and this is a great thing because this is what we're doing, and it's making people better.
I think it's something that's obviously lacking in today's society, Sam, that men coming together and having that sort of fellowship with each other in that community. And I know we're doing this virtually, but the impact's there for all to see. It's been a huge positive influence for everyone involved, and just going back a few there, Sam, when you sort of talking about the list and it being difficult. It's funny you say that because a few of the people who I did sort of speak to about potentially signing up and getting involved, they were honest with me and they just said that it was too much for them.
Mm.
It was a bit, it was a bit too demanding and they didn't feel comfortable. And what I want to say to that is, I don't think a single person in the group who has signed up to it has actually fulfilled all of those requirements yet. Myself included, Sam. There's been days where I've fallen short of the mark and I've not done everything. It's not about that. It's not about being perfect because no one is perfect. It's just about forming good habits. In the early stage of the year, getting the year off to a good start, and like you say, just forming that sort of brotherhood and really helping to encourage one another and lift each other up and support one another. And I think it's been refreshing.
Yeah, you're right, mate. It's I didn't realise that people had literally turned it down through fear of it being too intense. But
Yeah.
that's the list is intensive. That's why I said it. And yeah, like it's kind of there's an air of pressure about it as well, isn't there? To get these things done, even though it's quite simple yet intensive. There is I can safely admit that I feel pressure to be doing some of the things that I might not necessarily be doing. Being so self-aware about my diet is it's difficult. It really is difficult for someone who's on the road a lot, like I am. It is hard, but it is encouraging what we're doing, and I'm enjoying it.
That's one of the things that I really like about it is it's a unique experience for all of us because we've all got our own unique set of circumstances. Some of us live with obviously families. Some of us are living on our own. Some of us there's business owners. There's people who are self-employed. There's people who have mobile jobs like yourself, Sam. I have a bit of an hybrid working arrangement. There's people, everyone's got their own set of circumstances and they've got their own background and experience and they're bringing something slightly different to the table and they've got their own challenges. So it's really good, really, in getting those daily reports from everyone and seeing what everyone's been up to and how they've sort of taken on the challenge. And it's been good.
Yeah, you're right there. If everyone was in the exact same boat, in the exact same situation, it'd be a bit strange, wouldn't it? You want to get different people's perspectives on what they're doing and how it's helping them in their specific life and how their life is progressing.
Precisely, because I mean, at the end of the day, that's what this podcast and this movement that we've created is all about. It's about helping ordinary men. In ordinary men, just naturally have different. Everyone's different. Everyone's got things going on. As I say, it's unique to everyone, so it's not a one size fits all.
Exactly. But it's going well in general, isn't it? So
it is, mate.
We're happy.
It is, and just to share a few tiny things from there, and I'll not name any names, but because we've not asked anyone permission before recording tonight to share that, we'll keep it confidential. But we've had one guy in the group there who's told us that he's lost a stone since starting the challenge.
Unbelievable. In a week.
Yeah.
Or more than a week, sorry.
I think it was day 8 or 9 when he said that he'd lost a stone. So yeah, it's as good as a week. He signed up to the gym for the first time in years. We've had another guy who swapped out Weetabix for boiled eggs, which is a huge result.
Unbelievable.
Another one of the brethren who's participating, he's training for an Ironman, and said that the encouragement that he'd received in the group and seeing what other people had been up to, it helped him through the last couple of miles of a run when he was out training.
Yeah.
There's all sorts going on, and people are just really genuinely helping each other and encouraging each other, and it's beautiful. It really is.
It is. It is beautiful. Definitely. It encourages me because, although I'm not training for an Ironman, I am training for a couple more triathlons that are coming up. And
Yeah,
when I see some of the guys in the group getting up at 4:30 in the morning to go and train, you know what I mean? Like that's incredible.
yeah,
Like absolutely incredible. They've got their life is kids and a wife, and they are doing the absolute best they can to get that training in, and it's admirable, and it really is inspiring.
mm.
And I don't want to let them. They'll be listening now, and they'll be getting all excited because I'm bigging them up. So you know who you are.
Exactly. That's what it's all about, mate.
Yeah,
We're,
it's
we're,
good.
we're in it to build each other up and help each other. So yeah, I'm so pleased with how it's going, Sam. And I'd like to say that this is just the beginning, and it's the first of many of this type of sort of challenge or commitment that we'll do as the show goes on and grows and develops.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully, just we'll have even more people involved next time around, and we'll have a wider reach, and more people will benefit from it.
Mm. Hopefully, keep going, mate.
So, sort of in keeping with the challenge, Sam. Um, I'm losing track of time here. I think it's are we on day 11 today?
Um, yes,
I'm terrible with
ish.
dates. I'm terrible with dates.
11, yeah, 11,
Yeah.
11th day. Yeah.
So at time of recording anyway. It's day 11. By the time this goes out, it may be obviously later than that. But whilst we're on, Sam, should we give our updates for today? If you want to do the honours and just tell us a little bit about your day and how you've
Um,
the 5 pillars and what else you've been up to, good or bad.
yeah, yeah, sure. I mean, my update today, as of day of recording, is not quite as brilliant as my previous updates have been. Because to be honest, over the past week, I've done a lot of really good connecting and connecting with strangers and people I wouldn't normally do. I've been putting myself in situations with groups of people that I've never met and going doing things
Mm,
like that. So that's been where I've connected the most and where it's been good for me. Um, but today hasn't really been as good as that. Um, it's mainly connecting with my family, specifically my dad, which is more than enough
mm,
because he's my dad. Um, challenge. I've had some challenges at work, to be honest. Mental challenging with troubleshooting issues um, relating to my work, which has caused me a bit of thinking more than I normally would.
mm,
Um, as well as challenging myself in the gym. I'm getting up earlier than I normally would, and getting in some good bike rides and some good workouts,
yeah,
which is for the challenge. The fuel and recovery. Um, I'm very much so conscious of what I'm eating through the day because I'm driving up and down the country. I'm not going for them bags of crisp anymore. Um, I'm going, sometimes normally I will admit I do go for an energy drink for my sins. But now it's just pure water.
yeah,
It's as close to whole foods as I can get. I'm swapping out, like shite like crisps for fruit. I'm doing everything I can, and I'm just so aware of what I'm doing and the impact it's having on me. Um, and as for recovery, I'm in the sauna every day and doing the cold
beautiful.
shower. That's pretty much standard, and it's been standard for a while. Play. Honestly, not really much play, to be honest, mate. It's been work and training. You could say the training's a bit of play.
Oh yeah.
In some ways, it's not play in the general sense, but it's having fun, isn't it? I enjoy it, so then you could put
Yeah,
it down as play.
absolutely. I include my exercise in play.
Yeah. So, and then contemplate. My contemplate will come later. Contemplate's always in the evening time before I go to bed. Reading and reflecting on the day.
Good.
How about yourself, sir?
It's a good update, Sam. And as we said, every day is not going to be the same, and some days are going to be better than others. But the main thing is that self awareness. One, that you want and need to be better, and then two, you've made a commitment to at least try.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about, mate. Today's been a good one for me, to be honest. And like yourself, I've been thriving to varying degrees since we started this challenge. Some days have been better than others, but one thing that's been going really well for me is the connect and the fuel and recovery, and I'll touch on that a little bit more detail now. So for today, connect has been with my boy more than anything else, to be honest. Got up with him in the morning before work. To let Victoria have a little bit more time and stay in bed a little bit longer, because she's had a really busy week, so it's important to let her get a rest. So when Albert woke up, I got him up and we had some story time and made breakfast. And that's just lovely time between father and son. And then in the evenings after work, we've been having our evening meal and then having just some good play time and having really nice connections, and then again stories before bed and putting him down. And the latest thing is that he's asking for a song before he goes to sleep, so I'm having to sing to him. But it's nice. It's really nice building that connection with my son. Obviously, it means a lot to me. And one of the things that was, I mean, it's always been there, of course it has. But one of the things that was sort of a barrier to me last year was my phone, and I think I spoke about that quite often. That sometimes I wasn't really as present as I should be, because I'd find myself picking up the phone and scrolling for no reason at all. And I've drastically reduced that this year, and it's had a massive impact. So that's been good. That's been today. And, you could have used this as an example, Sam, but I think what we're doing now, two very good friends and brothers having a conversation like we are doing with this podcast, I think that's a form of connection, really.
Well, yeah, it is. Most definitely.
And then another example, I've been for my haircut today. I was long overdue. Since, not having gone to the barbers because I've just been so busy since early December. I was looking a little bit homeless with the hair and the beard, so got into the barbers. But my usual barber's actually he's in India for 3 months. I believe he does it at the start of each year. So I went with another barber who's usually in the next chair along, and I've not really spoke to him before. So obviously I'm sat in the barber's chair for an hour or so. And what do you do when you're in the barber's chair getting your haircut? You chat.
Yeah.
So I've had a good chat with a nice bloke, and I just had a nice conversation and made a bit of a connection there. So I'll move on, Sam. Fuel and recovery. I've been keeping everyone posted on the diet there, and that's one thing that's been absolutely dialed in for me. I've been incredibly disciplined since we started the challenge, and every day looks pretty much the same. So I fast generally till 1 o'clock, and then it's 250 mils of kefir. Because why drink beer when you can drink kefir?
Exactly.
And then sometimes I have them in different ways. Sometimes boiled, sometimes scrambled. I'm out on the road tomorrow, so I've pre-boiled four eggs, 20 grams of raw cheese, getting that raw dairy in there, very
Yeah.
important. I then have a couple of pieces of fruit. Depends whatever's in the fruit bowl, to be honest. Today I had an orange. Vitamin D3 tablet, as you touched on earlier, Sam. I always supplement with that during winter when I'm not getting the same amount of sunlight. And then bit of dark chocolate, 85%, no additives or crap in it. And then we wash that down with an all milk animal based protein shake with some creatine as well, which I've implemented for the first time in probably 12 years.
Yeah.
So that's fuel. Recovery's been on point as well today, mate. I'm very pleased to report that I've done both my grounding and my cold water therapy.
Very good.
So
Love to hear that.
I did some exercise this morning in the early hours before anyone was up, before the lad was up, and before I needed to log on to work. So took the opportunity and got out there on the back lawn, and there was still a bit of frost on the grass, so there was a nice crunch underfoot, and it was freezing. So I got cold then as well, it's fair to say, and then had a nice ice cold shower this evening as well, Sam. You'll be pleased to know.
I am very pleased.
In terms of challenge, as I've just said, the cold water and getting grounded when the ground is literally freezing is a challenge in of itself. I've been harping on about dead hangs for a long time now, Sam. And I want to speak in a little bit more detail about that at some point in the future. But I've been doing my dead hangs till failure every day, and I'm aiming to get over 3 minutes at some point in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So watch this space.
We will. That's elite.
It certainly is. I'm losing my play.
Play.
Yeah, play. So I was out there this morning. I usually start off with some light movement and some stretches, and then I got on the bike for 10 minutes, got the heart rate up a little bit of light, steady state cardio, nothing intense, and then went into some body weight movements, dips and rows to be specific. Got a good pump on, worked the muscles, and then that was it for play. And then, as I said, this evening it goes back to that connection, playing with the son and making the most of time with him. Finally, sir, contemplate every morning over black coffee, read a little bit of scripture, say my prayers.
Yeah.
And then, if I am in the garage exercising, I'm just alone with my thoughts. I don't have any music or podcasts on or anything. It's just me and my thoughts, so I can think things through then, plan my day. And again, at night time, in bed when I'm reading, once I've finished reading, I put the head down on the pillow. It's time to reflect on the day and think about what's coming tomorrow, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a really good one for me, mate.
Good. It's good to hear. It's encouraging. It's all simple stuff as well. We're not breaking groundbreaking stuff here. We're just doing the basics, and we're doing the basics right. And it's not difficult, guys.
Yeah.
Get it done.
Absolutely. There's no excuses.
Yeah, cool.
We're preaching common sense.
We are. We always preach common sense. Moving on, Tom.
Yeah. What's next, brother?
I don't know. You tell me. Oh, we're joking. Reviews. Have we had anything good?
Reviews
Passing the desk.
reviews and feedback. We've had a few bits and bobs trickling in, mate, since the last episode. One of the things that's been encouraging is that we've had a few more subscribers on YouTube and a couple of comments on the videos there.
Yeah, we do
We've
like
also
that.
I've just noticed that the views in general have been going up on YouTube on the short videos in particular, which is good.
Yeah, that's right.
We're still a long way off where we want to be, but we're heading in the right direction. And it's, as we've said before, Sam, it's all organic. We don't pay for any sponsorship. We don't do any advertising. It literally is just word of mouth, and just random by whoever ends up on the algorithm. So considering it's entirely organic and we're doing this just as an hobby, really, to help each other and help anyone else who decides to listen in, then I'm quite pleased with that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, got to keep that coming. It's very encouraging to know people are listening. But yeah, I do enjoy it, the reviews, and when we get a comment, it does make my day.
Yeah,
Stop,
I,
mate.
I've personally responded to a few comments as well, both on YouTube and TikTok. So that there have with people who are completely unknown to us who've come across the videos and decided to comment. So that's been interesting. And then we did have a couple of comments coming on the Spotify as well. But yeah, some good reviews. In terms of feedback, we've had some suggestions actually from listeners, from the brethren, and I've had a couple of people now request that we put more shorts on YouTube specifically, and more sort of shorter videos that go on TikTok.
Yeah.
I know that you do tend to put one or two on from each episode, but a few people have said now that it'd be good to get some more on. And one of our regular listeners actually said that they've noticed that the short videos are doing quite well. So if we get more on there, it can only help grow the movement and the podcast, and hopefully draw people in. So
Yeah, it's a different world, that social media and TikTok, and I say it every week. I'm getting to grips with it is a serious learning curve. I know I'm learning about the algorithm, and it's just about posting quite a lot and consistently to get there, which, it defeats the object of us trying to be off our phones. Try to limit it as much as possible, but it's the only way to grow.
I'm so conflicted over that, Sam. I'll be honest with you. I think I can't remember who it was who I was speaking to about this last week, but I was having a chat with one of our regular listeners and just said that, I really don't like social media and being on technology and reliant on it so as much as we are. But the only way that we can do what we want to do and achieve that is by making use of these platforms. So
Yeah.
it is quite conflicting and it's difficult, but I think if we do want to fulfill the potential of the podcasting and grow the movement, it's something we're going to have to look at. But we're not doing this full time, are we, Sam? We're not.
No,
We
we're
don't
not.
get we don't get paid. We have to give up our hard earned personal time to do this. But we do it because we genuinely enjoy it. But when you start thinking about how many hours you really have to put in, I don't think people realise what goes on. So behind the scenes, there's a lot of research and planning goes into an episode. And then after an episode's been recorded, there's the editing and the upload into the various different platforms. So there's a hell of a lot of work that has to go into just putting a single episode out there, let alone everything else, and doing it on a regular basis as well.
Yeah, it's true. That's why people have producers for a reason on podcasts,
Yeah.
because they have everyone who does the behind the scenes work, whereas we're just doing it because that's what we got to do.
Who knows, Sam? We might be hiring a producer at some point in the
Yeah,
future.
I hope so. it'd make life so much easier. I listen to a load of podcasts, and it's all well put together because it's someone's job to put it together, and that's what they're getting paid to do. But
And
we'll get there.
a lot of these podcasts are purely for entertainment, but how good would it be if we could you imagine if this was full time and we
Yeah,
not just the podcast but just the Making Men Great Again movement, and we were actually just full time trying to help men become better, and
it'd be fantastic.
what an incredible thing that would be.
I know, I know. Just that alone, it'd be great. But one step at a time, my friend.
And whilst we're on subject, Sam, how can the brethren help us sort of achieve that? If you're listening in, if you haven't already left us a review on whatever platform you're listening, please leave us a 5-star review. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. And interact with any of the posts that we put on there.
Yeah.
Give them a thumbs up, give them a love heart, drop a comment, even if it's a thumbs up. It will all help the algorithm. It'll help more people become aware of what we're doing. And tell people, word of mouth. If someone asks you what you're listening to, or if there's anything that you're listening to at the moment, tell them about Thrive Talking.
Yeah, this thing we're doing, it's real, man. It's real life. Like, we're trying to help people. Like, we're not on TikTok posting pointless crap, like opening a toy or reviewing some shite that no one cares about. This is real stuff. This is going to better your life. A new car or the latest iPhone isn't going to better your life. Your health is going to better your life and being a good person. So yeah, let's crack on, my friend.
Preach it from the rooftops, brother.
Yes, brother.
Okay, so moving on. Obviously, this episode, it's the sort of New Year episode, welcoming 2026 and looking forward to what this year brings. But
Happy New Year, Tommy.
Happy New Year, brother, and that'll be the last year of that until next year.
Thank God.
But I think it'd only be right that we quickly talk about 2025 and recap on that.
Yeah.
Recap the highlights. So, Sam, in terms of the podcast, Thrive Talking, any particular highlights for you from last year?
Oh God, you've got me there. I think the main thing is seeing that it's not just within our area that people are listening. This podcast is literally global.
We've gone global.
We have gone global, and that means so much because we're touching corners of the planet that I didn't expect, to be honest. This isn't some, like, to us it's brilliant, but it's not some groundbreaking stuff. We're not doing anything new. We're just trying to put a different perspective on it, and that gives me so much encouragement when I see and look at the analytics. And the most recent was Singapore. Like, loads of people listening. And whoever it is, get in touch, Singapore, please.
Yeah.
That is one big highlight for me, to be honest. A massive highlight. And just the positive reviews we get to know that we're helping people, and we're not getting paid for it. We're just doing it out of the good of our hearts, and it's great. So that, I'd say that, mate.
That's really good, Sam. It's a great highlight. Just out of interest, I don't know how quickly you can pull this, but if you could have a look while I sort of rhyme off a couple of my highlights, how many overall, all time, how many countries are people listening from? I don't know how quickly you can pull
that. That's tricky. It's just looking at. I'm on it now, actually. So 20 countries, but then about 20 countries, yeah. But there's a section that says other, and I don't even know what that means. Is that outer space? Is that another planet? I don't even know what other means. Because
We're
it just
massive
says,
on Mars.
yeah, it lists all the countries and then says other. So you make of that what you will.
Well,
I'm saying it's the moon.
that's incredible. So, quickly for me, Sam, I'll not hang about, but podcast highlights, Thrive Talking, Making Men Great Again. First and foremost, it seems obvious, but the fact that we actually started this and we pressed record and did that first episode after having the first few conversations about it. I think what a challenge that was, and we just did it.
Yep, we did.
Neither of us had any experience whatsoever, and sort of made it up as we went along. But the fact that we did it and we're still here 17 episodes later, I feel a huge sense of achievement.
Yeah, I can attest to that.
Another one was reaching 10 episodes in our first year, which I know it doesn't sound like much,
but it is. But it is really, isn't it? There's no two ways about it.
It is for us. So I've just pulled up some very quick sort of statistics, and apparently over 90% of podcasts don't reach episode 10.
Wow.
And over 80% become completely inactive after episode 10. So
we're doing all right.
We're doing, in the grand scheme of things, we're doing all right, mate. And again, that fills me with a sense of pride. And as you'd said, that the fact that people keep coming back for more and keep listening and tuning in and listen to us,
yeah,
we must be doing something right. And just going back to those analytics, to say that people are tuning in from 20 different countries across the world is monumental. To say that we're the most listened to podcast in Mongolia, another huge achievement.
It's facts, that, isn't it? There's no debating it.
And then another final sort of highlight for me, Sam, on the podcast is I think there's two, to be honest. One is it's been a great way for me and you to sort of connect.
Yeah.
With our friendship, obviously we're both grown up now and we've got responsibilities and different lives, and we don't live around the corner anymore. So it's just been great for us to keep in touch with each other and keep connecting. And then I really enjoyed having the two guests on, so Oliver Sweeney and John Aspey.
Yeah.
I think one of the things we wanted to do when we set out was get ordinary people on here, ordinary men, to share their experience. So the fact that we managed to get two really good people on for good conversations was fantastic.
Totally with you on that. And hopefully we'll get some more guests, because it makes it a little bit more exciting, doesn't it?
More to come in 26.
Yeah, we're going to get some real A-list celebs on, some big timers that you're never going to expect. Watch this space.
So there's a few that would be nice to have on eventually, but I'm happy with Joe Blogs from down the road who drives a forklift truck. Let him tell us about how he's thriving and how he's.
Yeah. I hear you, mate. I hear you. But we are going for Elon Musk. So Elon, if you're listening,
Joe Rogan's actually been in touch with me.
Has he?
To get me on the experience.
Well, what's that based off?
Just my
incredible personality.
Incredible personality and
charisma.
Charming good looks and
good looks.
Amount of knowledge.
Yeah. Go with that, mate. It's good to have self-confidence, isn't it?
No, we joke. We're only joking, of course. Sam, personal highlights for you. So not stepping away from the podcast a moment. Personal highlights of last year.
Personal highlights.
Anything jump out?
It's been up and down, to be honest, and I don't want to get too personal because I'll save that for the therapist. But probably the main highlights for me was competing in the triathlons that I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something that I never thought I'd do at the beginning of the year, but it was something I aimed for and something I did. Doing it alongside friends as well made it even better. So that is probably the biggest highlights I've seen.
It's a good highlight, mate.
It is, to be honest, and just through this podcast and my own willpower, just being more aware of what I'm putting in my body as far as food goes. There's been a few highlights with my son, watching him grow, going into his seventh year of life. Just the little things, mate. Just the little things. Seeing him score a goal, playing football for his team. Honestly, I've never felt pride like it. I was short of a tear on the side of the pitch when I saw him knock that goal in.
That's awesome.
It was that. Do you know, in a whole year, in a whole 365 days, that was incredible. That one moment. I've been on countless holidays. I've been on trips here, there, and everywhere, but there was no finer moment than that. It was just incredible. But yeah, I don't want to go into too much detail, mate. So I'll leave it at that for my personal highlights.
Some very nice personal highlights there, Sam.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
What about yourself?
The main one for me, Sam, is, and it's hard to pinpoint a particular time because I've been incredibly blessed, but just it's all about family. It was our first full year in Northumberland, so we've experienced every season up here now, winter, spring, summer, and autumn, and it's just it's been incredible. We've had so many wonderful times together as a family, exploring the county, getting out and about, little day trips here and there. Some amazing memories that we've made there. So that's the main highlight for me. Is just having that first full year up here. It's in such a special place. Having a lot of quality time with Victoria, and obviously a lot of good father and son time with the lad as well as he grows. He turned 1 last year, which was obviously a big occasion, and he turns 2 next week actually. So time really does fly. You've got to cherish every moment. But I've just been incredibly proud of watching him grow up and watching him learn and develop. It's incredible.
Yeah, it goes to show, doesn't it, that materialistic things don't matter.
Yeah,
because we both our highlights there are children and family. Gives you way more joy than an object.
Exactly, and then another sort of highlight is we'd moved to a new place, so we had visitors last year, friends and family coming seeing us, and there were some nice moments as well that we had just having quality time with people that we love and care about. And I was quite sad that you didn't mention it actually, Sam, because I thought it'd be a number one. But we had a nice wild camping trip early last year.
Yeah, we did.
that was good. It was an highlight. If we're talking about sort of friends, connecting with friends and stuff, and we went to a couple of gigs as well.
Yeah, mate. We can't name everything, can we? Gosh, I've done a lot.
When you put on the spot and asked, it's really difficult. But
yeah, it is.
I've got one final shout out for me as a personal highlight is Victoria and I had a very rare night away without child. and we went watching Simply Red in Liverpool and stayed over, and that was nice as well, because obviously when children come along, sometimes we can either neglect one another or not have as much time as you'd have previously. So it was nice to just have that time with
Good.
each other. So yeah,
Yeah.
I've got to say that just in case she's listening. Sorry.
On that note, I will say that I've been enjoying Scotland very much
Yeah,
recently. So, and yeah, I've been getting into shortbreads, but that's all I'll say on that.
save it for after the challenge, mate. The shortbread baddies.
Yeah, so that's it, mate.
Yeah.
Good one, that.
Before we move on um, to the next part of it, Sam, I just think obviously it is important to reflect, um, and sort of look back and look at what's gone well and what the highlights have been, and then look at what's not gone so well and what perhaps could have gone a little bit better, because
Mm.
it helps you become a little bit more grateful, doesn't it, and realize what's important, like you've just said. You know, our highlights there haven't been materialistic; they've been about having time with those that we love. But
Yeah.
it's the only way that we can grow as well and improve, if we sort of realise and have awareness of what's not gone well, and set goals and objectives, going forward. And that all links in with contemplate, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It's important to just be alone with your thoughts and process things. And
Mm.
so, yeah, encourage everyone to do that if they haven't already.
Oh, absolutely. And it doesn't need to be sort of hours and hours and hours of your day, your week, just thinking about things. It can be just a short couple of minutes
Yeah,
remembering on where you went wrong
yeah,
and how you've made that wrong turn into a right, or how you're going to make that wrong turn into a right, because
absolutely.
that's the only way we grow, isn't it?
Certainly
By
is.
learning and sort of dealing with the past, let's just say, moving on from the past. Um, so yeah, absolutely, I'm all for reflection. It's incredibly important. And basically within this Thriving Five challenge that we're doing, I think everyone's doing some kind of reflection every day
Yeah,
on what they've done, because that's, it's your day's gone at the end of the day before you go to sleep. Your day's gone, and that's when we're doing our little updates. So yeah,
just that exercise in itself is reflection, isn't it? Because you're sort of thinking back and documenting what you've done throughout the day.
that's where journaling comes in.
Mm,
Physically writing in a book, journaling we're talking about here.
yeah,
You know, it's it's 10 times better than a voice note or writing it in your phone.
absolutely.
And it makes for a nice little memento for when you're older.
Certainly does, my friend. Now, out with the old and in with the new, Sam. Let's talk 2026.
Let's.
We'll be quick with this, Sam, um, because time is of the essence. But 2026 podcast goals and visions for you personally, Sam. What would you like to see happen this year with Thrive Talking?
um Very simple, to be honest, Tommy. I just want us to grow. I want more people to see this,
Mm,
not for my own personal, sort of, what's the word? I guess I don't need sort of followers on social media, because I have got rid of social media. That
mm,
that was a thing that I did on New Year's Day. Um, and you could call it a resolution or a goal. Anyway, there's
yeah,
one. Um, I just want it to grow. I want more people to see it. I want more people to get involved. I want more people to, comment and ask questions,
mm,
and just sort of take on board the things we're saying and implement them in their life. And then
yeah,
just off the back of that, if they do implement it, I want to see how it has impacted the life, if it's made it better, because there's no way these things we're saying can make anything your life more negative or be a bad thing. So that's what I want. And over time, it would be great if if this was our full-time job.
Yeah.
But and also I think getting men together physically, where we're all in the same place, doing some kind of physical event, whether that be a walk or a camp, or just even getting food together, like you said,
Yeah.
breaking bread.
Absolutely. That'd be
Um,
beautiful.
that would be fantastic. But just to reach more people is the goal. What do you
I'm with
reckon?
you. I'm with you on that, mate. Absolutely. That putting it in simple terms, it's exactly that. Just that we continue to do what we're doing. We continue to get more content out there and grow the audience and get more people involved in this movement.
Yeah,
And I think if we were seeking fame and fortune, we're in the wrong sort of game for that. It's certainly not why
yeah,
we're doing it. We're doing it out of a genuine love for our fellow man and wanting to make the world a better place.
yeah,
And we also recognise that we ourselves need to be better, and we're very much on this journey as much as anyone else is.
yeah. Absolutely.
Um, but if I'm being a little bit more specific, I'd like to do some more of these sort of challenges and create some more of these communities that we've done.
Yeah,
Um, I'd like to explore a few different series that we can run within the podcast, and then my master plan for this year, whether it comes off or not, and we've spoken about this before, but it goes back to what you've just said there about getting people together physically. Is we can certainly achieve doing a couple of days, organising a couple of days. We'd perhaps go and do some physical activity. It might be go for an hike, go and climb a mountain,
yeah,
go whilst
definitely.
running, and then break bread together afterwards. But I'd love to do sort of a men's retreat for a night or two away, camping,
Yeah,
get round the fire pit, get some people to speak and share their experience, break bread together, challenge each other. I think that would be something special.
yeah. And do you know what, Tom? As for retreats go, it's easy done.
Mm.
It's easy done. You set a day, you set a time and a place, and you turn up, and we make
Let's
of it what we will.
let's see if we can make it happen. And if I'm to add an extra layer to that, I would like to link up with a couple of other organisations or businesses whose values sort of align with our own.
Yeah,
And I'd love to be able to get some sponsors who would provide merchandise that we could give to everyone who participates in that. So we could
yeah,
have a goodie bag for each brother who sort of comes along and participates, and
goodie bag.
yeah, that would be
Like
nice.
that.
It would be nice.
The equivalent of when you used to go to a child's party and receive a little bag at the end.
Yeah,
But the men's version, what's going to make you better?
exactly.
I like that. Filled with raw milk, raw honey, and yeah,
Natural soaps and deodorants,
yeah, perfect.
lab tested coffee.
It might cost us a bit of money, that, Tom. Might have to think about
Well,
that.
you see that's why I said sponsorship. I was very
Oh
careful.
yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Doing well. Yeah, it's good, mate. We'll get there. I'm sure we will. Positive mindset.
Speaking of positive mindset, Sam, any personal goals for you for 2026, no matter how big or small?
Personal goals. Again, I'm still on the triathlon train. Um, it's something that I've adopted now, and it keeps me focused with training and exercise specifically. If at any point I feel like I'm slacking, I just remember, well, I've got this event coming up in a few months, there's no time for slacking. Otherwise, you know what? Just to be a better person to people. Some days I go out and I'm just not, not feeling full of beans, and I think to myself, I've no reason to be miserable. I've no reason to be unhappy. I want to give off some positive energy to as many people as I can, and just be a good dad. That's my main aim in life now. It's not about, well, as much as it is about me, because I am me. I have to be a good example to this young lad.
Love it.
Yeah, but I don't want to go too deep again. But hopefully, I will meet the love of my life as well at some point. That's 2026's goal, mate.
Yeah.
Finally.
I sent you a little clip earlier. I don't know if you had a chance to.
No, you did. I did.
It or not.
I will do though, mate. I will. I promise.
It's our good old friend George Bruno, the Sultan of Silver.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a fan of his content.
I do.
And he speaks words of wisdom.
His voice is like tantalising, isn't it?
I could listen. I could listen to him all day.
Yeah, it's a beautiful voice.
But in short, he says, "Chase excellence, not women."
Yeah.
And everything else will fall into place.
And I will also chase excellence in women. You know what I mean? And I am doing.
Yeah.
Anyway, personally, mate, where are you going? What are you doing?
There's a few things for me, Sam, and first and foremost, it's just to try and, like you've said yourself, try and be the best partner I can be to Victoria and the best dad I can be to my son. And I was on that journey last year, but I'll continue. I'll be on it for the rest of my life, because we're never going to be perfect, and we can never stop trying to be better and improve. So that's a big thing for me. One thing I do want to do is connect more with my friends and family who I don't see much of anymore, just because of the geography.
Yeah.
And I spoke to one of our brothers on the challenge about this recently. Like, I've been quite selfish in the past, and a good time usually for a phone call for a quick catch up is when I'm travelling, because I'm on my own. There's no distractions. I don't have to think about anyone else. But I don't do that very much anymore, because I'm only in office 2-3 days a week at a push. And I've been quite selfish that's my only sort of time alone, my quiet time. So I like to put a podcast on or listen to some music.
Yeah.
But I recognise that I need to sometimes sacrifice that time and reach out to a friend or a member of my family and just have a quick chat and just see how they're doing. And I know that I'll be thankful for it once I've done it.
Yeah, you will.
So I want to connect a little bit more on that level. In terms of, like, physically, I want to get stronger and fitter this year. I've nothing specific in mind, but I just want to put some muscle on. I want to increase the muscle mass and stay lean. Final thing, Sam, and I've probably missed a few off because there's a few things that I want to do, but I want to read more books.
Yeah.
This year. I did 20 last year, including, because I keep a list. I'm quite sad like that, but
it's okay.
I did 20, but that does include books in the Bible. So
okay, yeah.
But I want to read more, but it's difficult when you've got a job and a family, and
it is.
You're knackered.
Exactly, yeah. Focusing on a book, it is hard, believe it or not, reading at times. But yeah, good one that, Tom. Very nice.
Moving on, mate. We'll quickly rattle through these now.
Yeah.
Thrive Talking playlist, making training great again. What you sticking on?
Oh, well, we had a chat about this before earlier in the day, and what I wanted to put on was a bit frowned upon. So I won't mention that artist because he is very much in jail, let's just say. um, so otherwise, I'm going to put on my favourite band of all time, which is Status Quo, as everyone knows. A little bit of an obsession. And the song is Paper Plane.
Nice one.
You
I like
enjoy
that
that?
song. It's my favourite song. I don't like
It's
many
it's
Status
your
Quo.
only song that you like.
I like it. Thank you.
No problem.
I'm sticking on Christopher Cross, Ride Like the Wind.
Yeah, I don't know it, but I'll get to know it.
A good way to get to know it is watch Tom Platz pausing at Mr. Olympia in sometime in the 80s, and he pauses to that song. Fantastic.
Tom Platz of abs.
Tom Platz of Abs.
Just a little inside joke there, listeners. Don't worry about it. We'll move on
Quickly, Sam. Quickly.
quickly.
We've missed your win, so I do apologise. It's Sam's
No,
wins of the week.
it is. It's that time again. And folks, I'm going to keep this one nice and simple today. I don't want to get too upset because I do get upset quite easily. And it's mobile phone related this week. And what's bothering me and what I've seen this week is people who sort of are staring at the mobile phone whilst, walking through a pedestrianised or public area. Specifically to the point where they actually forget where they are and they don't they don't realise where they're walking. So they're staring into the phone, not realising that there's people walking around them in front of them, and they're actually bumping into people because they can't physically take their eyes off the phone.
Nothing worse.
Um,
Zombies, they call them.
Literally, and not only that, but you're getting what I call tech neck, where you sort of your head's constantly in that down position. So eventually you're going to be looking like Quasimodo. And it's the people who are, crossing the oh my god, I forgot the name of it. What's a zebra crossing? Yeah, people who stand at zebra crossings with the head down in the phone. And it's sort of as they're approaching the zebra crossing, I don't actually know if they're going to cross or not.
It's terrible.
And you stop and they just walk past. You know what I mean? It's just little things like that bother me, Tommy. But I don't let it affect me.
It bothers me.
It bothers you, me saying it. So that's the whinge this week. It's all about self-awareness again, folks. Just be aware of your surroundings. It's honestly not difficult.
Amen.
Get your head out your phone.
Amen. Should we fly through the last two segments, Sam, and say our good nights?
Surely will, mate. We the room 101, as we do every week or month, bi-weekly. What are you getting rid of, mate? What are you throwing away?
Getting rid of deodorant this week.
Deodorant?
Yeah.
That's an interesting one. Why is that?
Perhaps I got rid of this last time. I can't quite remember. I
don't recall.
I'm losing track.
It's okay. You can have it again if you want.
I'll tell you what. I'll get rid of something else because I think I got rid of it last week, and last episode we spoke about Lynx Africa box sets at Christmas.
Oh, so yeah.
I'm getting rid of shower gel.
I thought you was going to say that then. I was going to say something similar.
Same ballpark because it's just full of nonsense, and your skin's your biggest organ. You're absorbing all that crap in via your skin. You're damaging your health. You're disrupting your hormones. Scrap it.
Get rid of it.
Switch to a natural alternative.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man.
I'm done.
And on that note, I'm getting rid of sort of like aftershave and perfume. Just because, there's part of me that thinks, well, it does smell nice, I'm okay with that. But personally, I don't use it. I've never really used it, to be honest. I don't see the point in just covering yourself in a scent. I'm more
You you, pref-
accustomed.
you prefer the natural musk, don't you?
That's what I was going to say, mate. Yeah, I like, the way people smell, as long as it's not bad.
Hmm.
I don't like that artificial, horrible smell that's been put together in a lab.
I'm
It's not for
I'm
me, mate.
I'm totally with you. It makes me sneeze and it makes me feel crap.
Yeah, yeah, and it's not good for your lungs. It's not good for the environment.
It's not good for your testicles or your ovaries if
It's
you're a
not.
female.
There you go. Dr. Tommy knows his stuff, people. Um, so that's it, mate, for room 101. That's what we're getting rid of. Next little bit, the nuggets of wisdom.
Hmm.
What you saying?
Just a quick
Give,
one from me, and I'm borrowing from a newsletter of another podcast actually that I'm not.
yeah,
We're not in competition with each other. There's a few different people in this space, and it's the Order of Man newsletter. And the quote is from Ralph Waldo Emerson, and he said, "The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be."
the only person you're destined to become is the person that you designed to be.
That you decide
Design.
to be.
Or they decide to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's good.
basically he's saying that everyone's told a lie their whole life that you need to find yourself, as if the man that you're supposed to be is hiding somewhere, and
Yeah,
you're just going to stumble upon him if you read a book or if you do some exercise.
yeah,
It says that won't happen because he doesn't exist. You don't find the man that you want to be, you build him.
yeah. That's
Fantastic.
fantastic. I love that. I'm just going with something nice and easy because it's very appropriate. Um, every new year is a new beginning, a chance to start fresh and write a beautiful story within your life. That is by T.S. Eliot.
I like
So
it.
have some of that. Have some of that.
Should we,
Right.
a good one to chew on, Sam. Thank you.
Certainly is, mate. So yeah, that's it, folks.
Good night.
Thanks
God
for
bless.
tuning in. Get in touch. Give us your comments and everything, and we'll see you next time.
Until next time.
Good night.